Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, Jeff Trunicle. And as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the Cincinnati Bengals. All right, guys, do me a favor. If you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. I am up to 638 subscribers. That is awesome. Let's keep it rolling. Try and get to 700 as fast as we can. Now this show and every show is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. All right, guys, this is our new thing we're doing this year on the show. It's Strawberry Ice with Bengals Nation. We're coming to you live after every Bengals game. So let me bring in my two other admins on Bengals Nation. And there you go. What's up, Mike? What's up, Jeremy? How you guys doing today?
What's going on, brother?
Good. Ready to roll.
Ready to roll. We had a very interesting game last night. I don't know about you guys, but people have been hitting me up all day long on Bengals Nation, on Sports with Strawberry Ice. There's lots of people that are irritated and think the Bengals played badly. I mean, did they play great? No. But for my perspective, for not having Geno Atkins, for not having Mike Daniels, for having a rookie quarterback, which is technically this would be his second preseason game if you really want to look at it that way. Having all that, and how many Bengals games in the past, Bengals teams in the past, did we have that were much more talented than this one? You know, we went to 5 straight playoffs, and almost every time we were on prime time, we laid an egg. We did not lay an egg last night. I mean, Cleveland, I'll give it to them. They're more talented than we are. You know, they ran the ball down our throat. I wish we could tackle. That'd be great. But we lost by 5 points. 5. That's it. What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Mike.
I think Cleveland is almost like the Chargers. I think they could have been beat, but it all goes back to their running back, and I hate to say it, but it all goes back to their quarterback and their offensive line. You know, if you don't get to their quarterback and stop the run, you're going to get beat every time by any team. So my take on it is the Bengals got, you know, they got what they deserve, but time to move on to Philly, and I think the team will get better. So,
yeah, same here. You know, when you play defense, I kind of asked myself a couple times during the game, where is the defense from the Charger game? You know, a few times. It's nothing that I don't think we can tighten up. Our offensive line, it must be addressed. But like I've told you guys in the past, and I've told a lot of the fans that will eventually watch this, I do believe we have the next best Bengal quarterback going back to Kenny Anderson. And when you have that guy, it makes it a lot easier on a team to build an offensive line, tighten up a defense if you have that quarterback that you know is going to take you places one day, very soon. Very happy with Burrow.
Oh, yeah. I mean, let's see here. What was he? I got to read down. He was 37 of 61.
Yeah.
He got back 61 times. You know how many interceptions he threw? 0.
Zero.
None.
316 yards.
Yeah. So we don't need him dropping back 61 times. And I'll say this: the offensive line, the right side was terrible. I know I've been talking about bringing in Fred Johnson at right tackle, and he played guard last night, and he was awful. I mean, one of the rushes that Burrow got hit, I mean, Bobby Hart's the one that hit him. He got pushed back into him. So Fred Johnson and Bobby Hart were awful. I mean, the other side, they weren't bad at all, in my opinion. That is something that I've said needs to be addressed. And, you know, we wanted it to be addressed in the offseason. They addressed a lot of stuff, but unfortunately didn't address that. What's up, Dennis? How you doing, buddy? So those are things that I wish they would have addressed, but there were so many holes. They were 2-14. There were so many holes, so many things to fix. So yeah, I think the offensive line should have been a more of a priority because you're drafting Joe Burrow, but for some reason it wasn't. And Jeremy, you said it before. Zach Taylor, for some reason, really likes Bobby Hart. I'm not sure why.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, he had a full year with him to see, how he could do. And then now, he's in his second year and 2 games in. It's pretty rough. And to see Joe Burrow take some of the hits, I mean, as a high school athlete, as I know you guys were, or Cup, whatever, and a lot of the Bengal fans.
A long time ago.
Getting hit, nonstop, and that just, that you see on the face when they're getting hit. You just got to feel for somebody like that. But I have nothing but respect for Burrow just jumping back up. I hope it don't take us much time to figure out a way to get some chip blocks in or whatever we got to do to keep him safer just a little longer. He needs a little longer than 3 seconds, just a little longer.
Right, exactly. You got a question here from was it Johan? Our offensive line needs help ASAP. Burrow cannot put all the stress on himself, and his teammates need to help him. I agree with you. The good thing about Burrow is I don't think it phased him, to be honest. Now, if they keep doing this and it doesn't get fixed, then yes, it could start affecting. Now, Mike, you posted something on Bengals Nation that about Auden Tate, and I made a comment on it, and holy smokes, it got blown up on Bengals Nation. But what did you post earlier?
That Auden Tate was fully healthy, that he did not get the chance to play, that he was scratched from the lineup, and his agent is not very happy as far as him not playing, so he's thinking about being traded to somewhere else. So, hey, if we can get an offensive lineman out of it, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I kind of said that, and that was my question to the group of Bengals Nation. Maybe we can package draft pick and John Ross and Auden Tate to get a right tackle or something like that. Somebody better than Bobby Hart. And a lot of people said you're not going to get that. That's not going to happen. But then I can't remember who it was, but somebody on there made a good point that the Jets are extremely desperate for wide receivers. So I'm not saying it's going to happen. I have no idea. I just threw it out there because we need to fix the offensive line. And, yeah, we'd be giving up 2 wide receivers. But to be honest, I mean, Joe Burrow, he threw it to everybody. I mean, receiving yards here, I got Gio Bernard with 22, Tyler Boyd 72, AJ had 29, T. Higgins 35, Joe Mixon had 40, Drew Sample 45, Mike Thomas, who I think stepped up, had a great game. He had 31. CJ Uzama, unfortunately, blew his Achilles out. He had 10.5. So Joe Burrow spread the ball around to everybody. Yeah. So, I mean, if you're open, he doesn't care who it is. He's throwing the ball to you. So, to me, if we lose 1 or 2 wide receivers and throw in maybe a second or third round pick, I'm not saying we're going to get an all-pro right tackle. Just somebody better than Bobby Hart would be nice.
Yeah, I'm with you guys there 100%. I mean, there was even actually a couple misses where he put it right on the. I mean, right between the numbers.
Tyler Boyd. Boyd with a touchdown.
That's one.
He was right in his hand.
Yep. It's just little things like that add up. It doesn't matter who the better. Well, it does matter who the better team were or is, but you make mistakes, you have too many turnovers, and this is the type of result you get. It's but we're going to get through that. We're not going to have these rookie mistakes all year long. I don't believe that at all.
Well, I mean, as far as Joe Burrow goes, man, he doesn't look like a rookie at all. I got a question here, Michael. Do you think John Ross will pan out? I was watching another the Jungle Live or whatever. I posted it on Bengals Nation today, and the guy on there was talking. He had, I think, a good point that the Bengals don't know how to use John Ross. And if he went to somewhere like Kansas City, where they make special plays for guys like him, he might do better there. I mean, he might be right. I don't know, but from everything I've seen of John Ross, he's not panned out here. Either we're not using him right, or he's just not working out.
You want to go ahead, Mike?
Yeah.
We'll get to you, City Boy, too. We'll get to you, brother. Go ahead, Mike.
That's a very good point. It could be either way. I mean, it could be the Bengals not using him right the way they should be, or he just might not be right fit for the team. Least to say that if he ain't fit for the team, they can always go out, like you said, and get an offensive lineman out of it. But
I'm not saying it's that easy. They may not. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, it's
right.
And Ross,
my thing is,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
my thing is that if they wanted to hold on to him, I think Jeff said on his last show that this is probably his last year anyway. So I mean, yeah, it all depends on what the Bengals want to do. But my take is, if he doesn't do anything this year, he'll probably be gone anyway. So
yeah, I mean, and he's already two games down and hasn't done much. I'm not saying he could have caught that ball at the back of the end zone at all. I mean, that was,
pass interference is what it was.
Well, we could go into that and we could talk about that all day. Anyway, but it seems like it upsets me that we took him so high. Right now, he feels like more of that third round wide receiver that you get, or maybe find a little decent diamond in the rough in later rounds who surprises a little bit. But that's all he's really doing. Yet he was a first round pick and a top, at the time, top 25 anyway. I should have looked that up before the show started. I didn't figure we'd be talking about this stuff.
He still holds the record for the fastest 40 time in NFL combine history. Yep. So, dude's fast.
Yep. We got to figure out something for him.
All right. Cindy boy, what do you guys think? Yeah, way too many. But unfortunately, when you are behind and you can't run the damn ball, you got to drop back and throw it. So, I don't know what else they were supposed to do. Well, stop the other team would be great, but Michael, that's the other thing. Our defense last week looked pretty good, and we were missing tackles last night like we did last year. It was very frustrating watching all the missed tackles.
I think Bengal Nation, calm down. It's not the end of the world. He's not running for safety.
I apologize for that, guys.
All right, got a question here from Dennis. What do you guys think about AJ Green? The ball hit him right in the hands. Maybe one hand, but he's supposed to catch it. That's what we're just talking about.
Yeah, we talked about Boyd and then AJ. That was the next one I was going to bring up. That was a perfect throw by Burrow. I've seen Burrow throw some balls that I've not seen Aaron Rodgers throw. I mean, there was one during the game, I think we talked about it earlier, where he had coverage over the top and coverage underneath, and he was on the run and made that throw, went over the underneath coverage, laid it right into, I believe, Boyd was the one that caught that one. Might have been AJ. And then before the over-the-top man, which was beautiful. And so, yeah, you know what? AJ's not going to catch them all, though, guys. That's the way it is. He's human like we are. He's a bad, bad man. He should have had a touchdown to win the game last week. And I got love for AJ.
Like I said before, I honestly think unless he has a full proceed. That's just my opinion. All right, get on here. The play that occurred when Myles Garrett plowed into Burrow should have been roughing the passer 1,000%.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah, I
Did you
agree
guys
with
see
you on
that
that
play?
I totally agree 100%. I mean, where was the flag? I mean, they can call a flag on AJ Green for offensive pass interference one week and then not get nothing the following week. I don't understand what the rules are anymore. They seem like they change every year. So I agree with that. I agree with that question or the
I
comment.
do too. To see him slammed on the ground like that after he had dropped, if that had been Tom Brady, there'd have been flags all over that field.
No doubt.
I was telling these guys earlier, if you're going to buy a Joe Burrow jersey, if he sells his jersey from last night, you better buy it because it's going to be worth a lot of money one day. I can promise you. Because there hasn't never been a greener Bengals jersey with the whole. He looked like a Packer by the end of the game. You're going to make money on that jersey. Go find it, give it to a charity, whatever. But trust me on it, you'll make money.
Well, one thing I really did like about the offense last night I wish we could have run. The Bengals were 5-4. I got written down somewhere here on fourth down conversion. To me, was the strip sack when Hart and Johnson got blown up, and Myles Garrett comes in and strips the ball from Burrow. That was after the defense actually stood up and stopped them on fourth down. And we got the ball back. To me, that was a dumb call by the Browns coach to go for it there. But the Bengals defense actually stepped up, and then Hart and Johnson got bull rushed and strip sack. The game's pretty much over there. I mean, you at least want to get enough room to at least punt the ball and get it deep, get some good field some yardage for them to come back and try and score. But we gave it to them right back on the 1 yard line, and we stopped them 4 times. To stop them another 4 times is really difficult.
Yeah, 100%. I couldn't believe our defense did that. I literally thought they would run the ball straight in. On your 60 passes, City Boy, I know see something there again. We'll answer that too. But that just comes down to like what he said. We were down in the game. I think maybe we shouldn't have been down that much. We hurt our own selves more than we really did anything else. I'd have rather seen him throw it 30 times and us run it 25, but that's just not the way the game ended up, like Jeff was saying. So go ahead and next question.
That's City Boy again here. Let's see here. Hey, don't let the refs call the game. If we can't score or stop them, then what do it matter? I always say you can't beat the refs and the team. Just have to make good plays. Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, the biggest thing, we couldn't stop the run. I mean, the run opened everything up, and then like second half, they just ran it down our throat. And to me, that's a fixable thing because I think you fix it when you get Daniels back and you get Geno back. Now, I know you always say next man up, that you can't use injuries as an excuse, which I'm not necessarily saying it's an excuse, but it's going to get better once those guys come back. And I like to see us face the Browns the next time with those two on our defense. The biggest problem that I had, other than stopping the run, which like I said, I think we can fix that once these two guys come back, was we had no pass rush. Hubbard was all over the place last week. Dunlap. Yeah, Dunlap. I haven't seen him all year. I mean,
still waiting on his phone call.
Right. We need, and that's going to help the secondary too. If you get pressure on the quarterback, if you look at Baker, the only 2 times we got pressure on him, he threw the ball to the Bengals, and then he threw it out of the back of the end zone. So all this crap where Baker Mayfield, he did so great, he did this, dude. We got no pressure on him. OBJ was killing us. I said, one of the passes my son was watching, I go, you could have made that pass. I mean, they were wide open. So I don't want to hear this crap that Baker Mayfield was this and Baker Mayfield was that. I'm like, he played against a terrible defense.
This is his third year. You know what? He's 1-1. We're 0-2. We can be 1-2, and they can be 1-2 next week. He didn't do anything special. His little cocky, he didn't do nothing special. It came upon us and what we were doing, and we just did not come through without Daniels, Adkins, even Trey Waynes, which we haven't even got to see him play.
Right.
But we had quite a few injuries, not to make excuses, but fact of the matter is it was a 5-point game.
I mean, the fact of the matter is, if you stack it up talent-wise, the Browns are better in every part of it except the quarterback. So I got a question for you. What do you think would have happened if Baker Mayfield was the Bengals quarterback and Joe Burrow was the Browns quarterback? It wouldn't even been close. The Browns would have freaking destroyed us. So,
or you give us the Browns offensive line and give the Bengals the Browns offensive line.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, a lot of people are going nuts and they're all ticked off. Like, oh, we did so bad. I'm like, people, we were 2-14 last year. I mean, you got to take the small victories. The point I said this at the beginning of the show. I really think Joe Burrow overcame the quote unquote jinx of the Bengals in prime time because for everything that was going against them and how much more talent the Browns had than we did, we still only lost by 5 points. There's a lot there to be happy with. There's a lot there moving forward that, the future to me is bright for the Bengals.
Right.
Yeah,
I know it was a big difference in the Cleveland's running game too. Kareem Hunt from Kansas City. He might be a small guy, but man, that he makes moves that I've never seen a guy make moves like that before. The Bengals have not done that in quite a while, so you got to get a little bit of credit to the running backs. The running backs they're not bad.
Oh no, they get the running backs.
Hey, John Kruger, it's good to see you, buddy. Glad you jumped on, man. Just wanted to say hi. I won't answer your question, but wanted to say hi to John, one of my buddies.
Hi, John.
Hey, John.
Yeah, we did have some injury. CJ Uzama.
Big time.
Who caught the very first – this would be a trivia question. He caught the very first touchdown for Joe freaking Burrow. Unfortunately, he ripped his Achilles last night. And to me, it looked like he did it when he planted his foot, and then he still was fighting for yardage after that.
For yardage, yeah.
So, I mean, but I got to tell you this. Did you guys see the catch by Drew Sample? The one-handed catch? He snagged that ball. That was the best catch I've seen in a while by a Bengal. So
that's why I was going to say that was a pretty good catch. Best catch probably ever a tight end can make.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, and coming out of training camp, I knew this kind of thing was going to happen. I'm sure you guys did too, and all you Bengal fans that are going to watch this later, or a few of you that are watching it now. But Joe Burrow throws a perfect spiral almost every time, and it's the kind that just lay right down in that bread basket. And that's what gives me hope for the future starting today, whether we win 6 games or 12 games. Next year, it's just going to keep on going up for the Bengals. I can promise you that.
Exactly. All right, guys. Comment or a question from City Boy. What do you guys or when he was? I'll try it again. When he was on the 1 yard line, why didn't we just run a quarterback sneak up the middle? Well, the reason for that is they stacked the line, and there wasn't anywhere for him really to go. I think that was an option. Now the problem with that is when they handed the ball to Joe Mixon. I love Joe Mixon, and maybe he's trying to take too much on with his contract or whatever. I don't know. But if you watch the play, we don't want to go backwards. We don't want to go backwards. So all you had to do was follow Michael Jordan in a little bit, and he's at least at the 1 yard line. Instead, he bounced it out, and we lost 3 yards. So that's where I think Joe Mixon on that play in particular has to be more patient and just take what the offense is giving them. You know?
Now, is this the play where Gio got screwed out of the touchdown? And then, or is this a different?
I think so. I think
That's what I was thinking.
I think it is.
Yeah.
It should have never happened. The play never should have happened. The series should never happen. He was in the end zone. There was no evidence, and I don't understand. You know, I know we talk about the referees a lot in Cincinnati, but how many times have we been screwed by referees in Cincinnati? I mean, look at our playoff win that we were literally just running the ball down to kill the clock. Look at these push-offs from last game. AJ's done that 90 times, 100 times. You know, like the one guy said on there, I can't remember his name. It's hard to beat the refs in another team too.
Right. You guys want to take this one?
Good.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Drew Sample last night? I thought Drew Sample did a hell of a job, to be honest with you. Like Jeff said, that one-handed catch was amazing. So I've not ever seen a tight end ever make a catch like that. I mean, I don't watch any other football games but the Bengals. So excellent catch. Great job, Drew.
Yeah, I think the future's bright as far as Drew Sample goes. I mean, hopefully he's got – well, we need him to step up because he's going to be our number one tight end. And if you watch him run block, he did a pretty good job of that last night too. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah,
right.
I also love a blocking, catching tight end. I wish we still had Uzama, but it is what it is. Next man up, you know. But Sample had a solid night, money night.
Exactly. All right, just trying to
He's
get
the beast. Who's the beast, John? We got to know who the beast is before we can talk about the beast.
I think he's talking about Sample. I think. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's Sample. Yeah. He could have been. Yeah, I'm sure he's live.
And one other thing about Sample too is that will give the coaches, the coaching staff, they will look at Sample since Uzama's out for the year with Achilles. Drew's going to have a chance to prove himself. You know, if he can prove himself, they might extend his contract, but he has to prove himself before anything else. So I think he's on the right path to getting an extension.
Right. City boy, did you talk
yeah.
coaches? You think he'd go? See, that's what their first line of defense is. We got to fire the coach.
We're not in Cleveland. Remember that, City boy.
Right. It's only 2 games. And the thing is, again, I'm not trying to make excuses, but these are just facts. It's just facts. This is really their second preseason game. They've played 2 games. That's it. That's all they played. I guess we lost Mike. Jump back on. But they've only played 2 games. No preseason. No nothing. And first week we had a chance to in my opinion, Joe Burrow made a game-winning drive and game-winning throw. So I mean, in my opinion, he did that. And then this week we only lost by 5 points. And the thing is, they were taking that last drive down, and I'm telling my dad was watching the game with me, and I'm telling him, I was like, we're going to score. I said, we're going to lose this game, but we're going to score. Joe Burrow is going to not let us not score. So
right.
Oh, here we go. Oh, I got London. Hold on a second.
We got Mike back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, I
think lost connection is what it was.
The win against the Eagles next week. I think we should win against the Eagles next week.
Yep.
I don't see us playing. I'm no more afraid of the Eagles than I was the Chargers or the Browns, even though we did not stick to, exactly the right type of football. I guess I'll just leave it there in layman's terms. But I feel like we could handle the Eagles pretty easily myself if we play like we did the first game and get rid of some of these rookie mistakes that still are kind of leering. We had the fumble, in our end zone kind of thing, and if we stop that little stuff and we stop these turnovers. Joe Burrow had 3 touchdowns yesterday, guys. I mean, this guy's on fire. So stop the turnovers, play some defense, keep him off his back. We can beat him. Yes, that's all I got.
My thing is, and Zach Taylor kind of said this in his press conference, and I copied it and I put it on Sports Strawberry Ice and on Bengals Nation. But basically, what he's saying, he's right. If he goes, we played our defense played great the first week. Our offense played better, great, better second week. If you can put them both together, we can win. Now, like I said, the offensive line has got to get better. That's bottom line. The offensive line has got to get better somehow, some way. They got to bring somebody in to help Bobby Hart out or whatever. I mean, what do you think guys think they should try Adeniji, the rookie from Kansas? Give him a shot. I mean,
we gave Fred Johnson a shot. He didn't do very well. Give the other guy. Let's go. Let's try it. I mean, if he gets killed, get him out of there and bring back in, Hart or whatever. Right. But practice with them and let's see. And also, Mike, I don't know if you were here for the one question, but the guy was asking, how do you feel about Zach Taylor's season or getting let go after just 2 seasons if we don't play decent or well this year?
Well, like I said at the last show last week, I don't see Zach Taylor going anywhere. Like Jeff said, hey, they gave Marvin Lewis 11 years or 6 seasons or 16 seasons or something. So
4 years a day.
I don't see it right. I don't see Zach Taylor going anywhere. I mean, this is only his 2nd season, 2 games. I don't see it happening.
And the thing is, everybody always wants to fire him. Okay, then who are you going to bring in? I mean, who is so much better that's going to fix this? That's the question I have. All right, fire him. All right, who are you going to bring in? I don't know.
Right.
and my last comment on that is, like you said, who are you going to bring in? Zach's still learning, and the fact of the matter is, he's just got to understand. You can't become friends with players. That's what Marvin did. That's what it got him into trouble a lot. He stuck with the same guys year after year after year. And he's got to know Bobby Hart is not our ticket. Give him 1 more year. Give him a year. Give him 3 years. After 3 years, if we're still – but we're not going to be, guys. We got the best quarterback in the NFL. He just isn't there yet. Trust me.
I'd like to answer that if possible. Yeah.
I mean, one thing Zach said in his press conference too is he even commented that he's got to do better. His play calling's got to get better. Which down on the offense or the end zone there, some of those play calls, I'm like, what are you doing? There's a lot of
like
stuff
Marvin Lewis.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that we tightened up, and I mean, he did change. Like last year, beginning of the year they wouldn't run Mixon, and then finally they decided to run him. So hopefully Zach will figure out sooner than he did last year. City boy, we can't win with the O line. I mean, I love my city, my team, but Joe got his mouth kicked, and they can't fix the O line. Well, they can't. Yeah, good.
Well, actually, City boy, we've all talked about this quite a bit. And I'm we're all very down on Bobby Hart. I've asked from the beginning, what's the love affair with Bobby Hart? And why does Zach Taylor keep bringing him back this is only the 2nd year. Maybe he thought he would improve. But I think we've all seen plenty of Bobby Hart. But there's really nothing other than, helping with tight end chip blocks, running back chip blocks, stuff like that. That's about all we're going to do this year. I don't see us making any big acquisitions in the middle of the season. I don't know if these guys do, but I just don't see us, making any big time moves.
Yeah, you got a compliment on your hat there, Jeremy. Did you see that?
Oh no. Thank you.
There you
Thank
go.
you. Thank you, Lyndon. Hopefully I got that right.
Now the funny thing is, boy, he's going to get hurt. Everybody says he's going to get hurt. Which talk about Joe Burrow, he could get hurt. There's no doubt about that. But the thing is, you guys know the quarterback out in Seattle. I think his name's Russell Wilson. He's never had an offensive line, so not the only one. And the thing is, compare him to Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck got hurt, but Andrew Luck could not move. Joe Burrow can move. Did you see the spin move he got out of the sack and he spun out of it last night? The kid can move. So he's going to help himself out. So hopefully that'll keep him from getting hurt. So there's not a guarantee that he's definitely going to get hurt. But either way, we got to fix the offensive line. I mean, I agree with you, but everybody just like, oh, he's going to get hurt. We're going to ruin him, blah, 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 blah. We might not. You never know.
Yeah. And to go second, I guess since we're 1, 2, 3, we can go 1, 2 on it. Yeah, I'm pretty much with Jeff on that completely. I'd like to see Burrow move a little bit more. You can tell he's getting more comfortable doing that. If you guys haven't noticed each game, especially the second half of this last game, he started to move and run, and we started to actually make plays with him running the ball, throwing it on the run, because he cannot go back there like Palmer used to do with Whitworth and all them big guys and just stand back there for 7 seconds. He's got 3 seconds, and either he can run around, throw the ball, or he's going to get sacked, one of the two. So he's getting better each game of knowing I got to move my butt. I got to get going.
Here's a real cool thing I got. I posted Sports Strawberry Ice and Bengals Nation, but Elias Sports, Joe freaking Burrow. I added the freaking part. Joe freaking Burrow had 37 completions. That's the most in a game by a rookie quarterback in NFL history. That's pretty good. His 61 pass attempts were the second most all time by a rookie QB. We got ourselves a player, boys.
Like I've said, you know what? Once you get that man, once you find that Elway, once you find that Marino, I don't want a Marino. I want to win a Super Bowl. But, once you find that Joe Montana, that Mahomes, whatever, you build around him. And finally we have that, at least in our arsenal, with wide receivers and a running back. So it's not a ton of work we got to do to make this a winning team. There's not a lot left, but there's a few pieces we do need to change.
And the thing is, when you got that franchise quarterback, he makes up for a lot of stuff. So you just need – I mean, I want them to get everything fixed, Don't get me wrong. But you only got to fix a little bit, and Joe Burrow can cover up a lot of stuff. Jackson says he's like Lamar and can pass, run, and he's got a great future. I agree with you.
Right on, Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson hit that one right on the head. He's got everything that he's got all the tools to make it work. So you just got to have a line now. So we're not that far behind.
Yeah. I got Dennis here. I think Joe freaking Burrow. When the Bengals go up tempo, he likes to go fast. Yes, he does. I think that's the way they played at LSU. I mean, in the second half, they had to. they had to go fast in the game because, another point I wanted to make is everybody's giving the Browns all this praise and everything. I would have loved it if the Bengals could have just tied the game up and put that pressure on Baker Mayfield and Day and all this and just watch them crumble, because they would have crumbled. They would have started bickering and fighting and all that stuff, and we're so close to doing that. Baker Mayfield says, dude, I'm telling you, Baker Mayfield ain't got it up here. Joe Burrow does.
That's right. And I got bad news for all you Browns fans. If you think Baker Mayfield outdid Joe, as you would say, freaking Burrow, I got bad news for you. This kid
We got
isn't playing with them. Yeah, you look at the Cleveland Browns stat sheet, their player, and you could almost come up with an all-star team. They've had them for 3-4 years, and yet they can't win no more than 6 games with Baker Mayfield. So in 3 years, exactly, in 3 years, come talk to me about Joe Burrow and see where he's at compared to the first 3 years of Mayfield.
I've got something to say real quick about those two quarterbacks, really. I don't know how they can consider Mayfield a Heisman Trophy winner as same as Burrow. Burrow has a lot more knowledge and he's got a lot of talent. Mayfield don't have the stuff that Burrow has. So I think Burrow's a lot more better than Mayfield. Like Jeff said, there is no way he's not that good.
Yeah, I think he'll crumble under pressure. But I mean, they consider him a Heisman Trophy quarterback because he won the Heisman Trophy. They both did, so that's why they call him that.
Right.
Yeah. Except he doesn't scare nobody. I mean, he's Pick City.
Jackson, how do you think Dalton as a backup quarterback? I think he'll do great.
I think he could go undefeated.
I'll put it to you this way. Like I said, I've said this past. I'm not an Andy Dalton hater. I actually like Andy Dalton. And I'll tell you what, if Dak Prescott doesn't do that good, Andy can come in and take his job, in my opinion. Just throwing that out there. We'll see what happens. Because I don't think Dak Prescott is much different than Andy Dalton, honestly.
Hey, and I think it was Jackson, was it? If you look up to my screen to the right there, you can see a magazine with Andy Dalton, his ESPN cover. So I do love Dalton. I'm not making fun of Dalton, but as a backup, unless Dak gets hurt, I'm going to say he'll be solid.
I agree with Jeremy. I mean, he's a backup, but there are times that where quarterbacks go into a run, and hey, I'm not bashing Dalton because I have a Dalton jersey. So to be honest with you, I think if Dalton would ever get that chance to play, I think he would do really well.
Yeah. Now, one thing I want to bring up too, I got some more stuff written down here. Talk about how the Bengals look like they did last year. All right, we only had 4 penalties called against us last night for 45 yards. That's way better than last year. Third downs, we were 8 of 18. Fourth downs, 5 of 5. I mean, our total yards, we had 353 total yards. Cleveland had 434. I got the time of possession written down here somewhere. Where the heck did I put that?
Did we end up getting a play over 20 yards, or did we still not have one play over 20 yards last night?
I don't think we did because he couldn't throw the ball.
Yeah, he didn't have no time. I was just hoping that last touchdown, maybe it changed that stat. But boy, that's a bad one. That's O-line right there.
Well, actually, last night I went live on Bengals Nation after the game, and I can't remember who it was, but somebody brought up, and I took it the wrong way at first, but brought up rolling Joe Burrow out of the pocket. And at first I'm like, I don't even need to do anything. I think Joe played great, but then he came back and explained, maybe to get him outside the pocket and give him more time to take shots downfield. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I wish I could remember who said that last night, but I do think that's a good option that Zach Taylor and the offense need to try to consider because they got to take shots. I mean, you got to get the ball down the field a little bit, and we got to run the ball better.
I totally agree.
Yeah. And we've got to run the ball and pass the ball a little closer to 50-50 than 90-10. We can't make it a habit to keep going down in games. We've got to be a part of the game and be able to play the way we want to play, not let them make us play the way they want us to play.
Go ahead, Jeremy. You want to take this one? This is pretty much what I was saying at the beginning of the show with our defense.
Okay.
But
Our defense was terrible last night. Yep, Nandon it was. But that's because we had backup starting on the D line. Yes, we had two injuries on the D line. When we get Adkins and Daniels back with Reader, we will win games. I'm not too worried about our defense personally. We got to tighten some screws. We got to get our guys back. But defense, that's what gives me my 6 to 8 wins that I project. I hope, I hope it's a lot more. But I don't think our defense is going to end up being the problem at the end of the year.
Now, our biggest problem is our offensitive line. But Jackson, he goes, right. Jackson said here, for some reason, people keep saying Burrow is not going to be good. I don't know nobody's saying that now. I mean, look, I ripped Colin Cowhead for months talking about, he's going to go to the Bengals and they're going to ruin him and he doesn't have an arm. He doesn't have this, yada, yada, yada. Dude, have you seen him play? Jackson, whoever's saying that, they have not watched the last 2 games of the Bengals because Joe freaking Burrow is the real deal. Telling you.
Let me tell you something. Joe Burrow's probably watching this show right now, Jackson. And let me tell you something, okay?
I seriously
don't listen to ESPN. All right, you don't need ESPN. You don't need ESPNU. You don't need ESPN 2, 3, 4, 5. You need these guys right here. Let me tell you something. Okay. Sports with strawberry ice. That's right. Let me tell you something. No. That's Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith junk.
Colin Cowhead.
If you got there, you go, Cowhead. If you watched the game last night, you saw some passes you don't watch from a rookie. That's not rookie passes. Some of the passes he threw were serious, and I was not kidding when I threw out John Elway, Peyton Manning names. That was them type of throws.
Tight windows, tight spirals. Dorian, what's up, brother? I completely agree with you. All 3 of us here completely agree with you. Bobby Hart is trash. They need to get rid of him.
Down with Hart.
And I'd like to go back to the whole Joe Burrow comment too. If Joe Burrow was that bad, I don't think Zach Taylor would have picked him up in the draft. Okay, he's a Heisman Trophy winner for a reason. And the way he looked the first 2 games, Cincinnati fans, we got something good. So just be patient.
Exactly.
Very easily could be 2-0 right now, boys. Very easily. All you Bengal fans know it too. We just got to bring it together.
All right. The only spots on the line we need to fix are right guard, right tackle. Starting Price at guard and either Johnson or Adeniji at right tackle. That will improve our O-line from bad to serviceable. Yeah, Adeniji, I wouldn't have started the first 2 games. He's a rookie because you're going against Bosa and Miles. That would be really hard for a rookie to take on. But I would definitely give him a shot. Bobby Hart played in the San Diego game, and I didn't think he did that bad. But he didn't play last night at all. So I'm not sure what's up with that.
Yeah, I don't. Bobby Hart. I'm done with Bobby Hart. I think he got ghosted once or twice by Bosa, and then last night was just not even. We weren't even reputable. It was just all Joe freaking Burrow, as my buddy Jeff here with sports with strawberry ice would say. But yeah, it was all Joe. All Joe.
Yeah, Dorian, I'd love to bring you on, brother, but trust me, I had a hard enough time getting these 2 guys on earlier. It was a payoff.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say, man? Come on. You trying to take our job already?
Let's see here. What we got here?
I do want to say, too, all Bengal fans, keep your heads up. We're going to be fine. We're going to start winning starting next week.
I will put this out there right now. Right here, Jackson. How much do you guys think Joe freaking Burrow's rookie card will be? If anybody at Bengals Nation has it, you can gladly send it to me. I will take it for free, and I will hang it up here in the ice cave. And in a couple years, I'll tell you how much it's worth.
Exactly. Same here. I'll put it right up, back here somewhere. It'll be safe, and I'll send you the money. But we'll know within the next 2 years. I can promise you that.
Yeah. We beat the Eagles. I really believe that. Dude, honestly, with Joe Burrow, and I keep saying Joe Burrow, but with Joe Burrow, I think we can beat anybody. We'll see what happens. Got to fix that offensive line, though, man. That's
too. He gives us a chance every week so far, and that's what more can you ask for from a rookie?
Sorry, I was reading Dorian's comments.
Oh God!
Because Bobby already caused me to drink. We're talking about Bobby Hart, okay? Here, cheer. This is for you, Dorian, right here.
Dorian, I think he's going to make everybody drink.
But Jonah Williams, I think, to be honest, you got Trey Hopkins, Michael Jordan, and Jonah Williams on the left side. I think that side of the line is fine. Yeah, it's a little bumps and bruises. Michael Jordan did miss a couple tackles, but dude,
they'll get there.
Johnson got completely blocked, and he almost tackled Joe Burrow himself last night from falling on his ass. So,
yeah, like being pushed over onto his ass, like a kid in school. Like it's playground football.
Right, exactly.
What's up, Joe Burrow?
What's up, Barry?
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I think that's to me. I'm not sure. Let's see. All right.
Is your name Barry, Jeff?
Yeah. It's Strawberry Jeff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Bob K. What's up? You want some? Let's bring it, pal. Let's do this. No. Jersey coming off.
I'm not talking. Look. The the Ravens are stacked, dude.
Ravens are tough. They're tough team.
Bob, I'm sorry, but you don't have Joe Burrow.
Yeah, but they got a hell of a defense, and they're way better than we are. I mean, look, I love my Bengals. I do, but I think there's two L's.
And Lamar Jackson.
I have to agree with you, Jeff.
Bob,
Lamar Jackson.
It's on.
I mean, you got Lamar Jackson, you got the defense, but you give Burrow another year or two. It's on. Good question. We'll take them. We can handle it. Especially when we upset you.
But he has a chance against every other NFL. Yeah.
Oh,
so
well.
Bob said he can beat everybody except them.
I felt bad throwing the "we're going to upset you" card in there now. I'm sorry about that, brother.
Excuse me, Bob. We don't call it. We don't say that's Pittsburgh. We call it Pittsburgh around here, and they're the Pittsburgh Squealers. So we don't say that word. That's a cuss word around here.
As including, yeah,
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Litzburg.
You know what I mean? With
they're all lit up all the time.
I try not to cuss. Jackson, the Bengals might be off to a slow start, but they're making progress with Joe freaking Burrow.
Thank you, Jackson. We appreciate that.
Hooty hoo.
Hooty.
Hooty hoo.
Although AJ Green is always terrifying me. Now, I got a question for you guys. A lot of people are on AJ Green about last two games. Now, my opinion is the man is older, and he hasn't really played in almost 2 years. So everybody expects the old AJ Green. We might not get it. I mean, this might be the mortal AJ Green. You know, this might be what it is, and that's where I don't think the Bengals are going to resign him.
Well, let me tell you this though. Let's think of this. What if he would have caught that? Which I take it back. Would have. He did catch that touchdown pass to beat the Browns last week. Okay. And then had the game he did last night and maybe made that one catch that he should have made, which would have bumped his yardage up. Would people still be wondering then? That's the only thing I wonder. Because I do maybe see a little bit of slowing down, but I still see some great football left in him.
Your boy Bob also says AJ has a history of torching them, which he's true. Which is true. And the other thing, if you think back, there's a guy named Carson Palmer. If you guys remember him, he used to torch the Bengals too. So, or the Ravens too. So you never know.
Yeah, that's the thing about it is, any given Sunday, any given Sunday.
Who's playing hurt?
Who's playing hurt?
AJ, right. I think he's talking about.
Oh, AJ?
Yeah, well,
maybe.
That was literally one analysis at the game that said that, and that was the first game. Then since he's come back, he didn't have the greatest game.
He hurt that hamstring, in training camp. And that's the thing, too. Everybody kept worried about COVID-19, and I kept saying, which don't get me wrong, we should worry about it, yada, 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 but I kept saying we need to get these football players ready to play football.
Yeah.
I said, if you look at the wide receivers alone on the injuries list in the NFL, there's a lot. And I think that's due to the fact that they didn't really get ready to play football.
Yeah. And Bob, I hope you're right, man. I hope he's known as that after we play you guys as well. Not just to beat Baltimore, but just to get AJ Green back to where he needs to be.
All right, we got Jackson coming to the rescue. Bob, you are so wrong. The Ravens are only good because of Lamar Jackson.
Only Lamar. Ooh. Ta-da-ting.
I would say the Ravens are good because they've got all the tools they need to win another championship, But the Bengals are going to get there. I will say that.
Yeah, Dorian's saying Dorian saying AJ looks like he's limping to him, which he might be, dude, because like I said, he did hurt his hamstring. And like I said, I'm telling you what, they didn't prepare their bodies to play football. Like, guys are going to be banged up more this year than I think ever.
Yeah, and after him sitting out all the last year, and people seeing him limp this year, I can understand that there's disappointment there. But we just need to hope and pray that, it's something that he can play through if it is a problem. And I tell you what, that touchdown catch 2 weeks ago now, or a week ago now, looked pretty daggone good to me when he toe tapped, with about a half an inch of green between him and the tip of his toes. So he still looks good to me. Maybe not as fast. We'll see. Takes a season.
Right. Yeah, Bob K., who do you guys prefer all time, AJ Green or Ocho Cinco? To be honest, I prefer Isaac Curtis. One of the greatest wide receivers in the NFL, still does not get his props. But between those two, I'll take AJ. What do you guys think?
I would say I would say Chad Johnson, just because I think he's played more games without being hurt. But then on the other hand, I agree with you, Jeff. I would go with AJ Green myself. So,
I mean, how can you go against either of them? But
yeah, Landon, if I just read that Joe freaking Burrow broke a record last night. I just read that earlier, but I'll read it again. He had 37 completions. That is the most completions by a rookie quarterback in NFL history. He had 61 pass attempts. That's the second most in NFL history. So, yes, you're right. He did break a record tonight.
316, 3 touchdowns. You can't beat. I mean, that's.
See, I like this too. Is it Rifter? I think Rifter Madness. He's saying the AFC North is tough in the league, which I've been saying that for a while. They keep talking about the AFC West. The NFC West. AFC North is no joke, dude. AFC North is no joke.
I think I can comment to that one if you don't mind, Jeremy and Jeff.
No.
I think I agree with you 100%. I think probably out of the whole NFL, AFC and North is probably the toughest division. Even that's including the Patriots division too. So I don't think anybody can outdo the AFC North just because it's the best.
It really is. It really is. And that's why, we've got to play our best to win. against them every year, and we have, and we will again soon.
Dorian's cracking me up, dude.
And I don't think he can catch COVID in a clinic, for crying out loud.
Oh, God. Darian, I might have to agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
God.
All right. Do you guys know if Atkins and Daniels will be back for the Eagles game? I don't know for a fact. I mean, we got like a week and a half, but I would assume so. I mean, Gino, for what I know about Gino, is if we had a game this Sunday, from the last I heard, he would have played. But since we played on Thursday, they weren't going to push it. So I'm assuming Gino will be back in next Sunday versus. I'm hoping Daniels is back, but I don't know. I mean, because it's a knee. I don't know what he did to it. If he just sprained it, strained it, or whatever.
Well, from what I've heard, nothing sounded season ending or anything like that. Mike, I'm sure, has probably read the article and probably knows more about it than both of us.
Actually, I looked at Zach Taylor's press conference today, and he said there might be a chance that Atkins and Daniels might be back next week, but they're not for sure yet. So we won't know until probably the end of next week.
Hey, Mike, Jackson's got a question for you.
Jackson, that's because
Why are you in a car, brother?
That's
Jackson,
how we
that's
do it in
because
Cincinnati.
I had to take my wife to work.
My son actually said this. Actually, no, my buddy Billy, he said this. He said Joe Burrow looks like Macaulay Culkin, which is
He does.
Oh man.
Dude, I can't remember. There was another meme out too. It was back when he was playing LSU and my Buckeyes, and it had him and oh man, I wish I could remember the other guy. But just like a '80s type of rich child star. It was funny. But anyway, what was that other question?
Which one was that?
I don't know. I thought I don't know if we missed one or not.
Let's see here. We got one.
Okay.
Bob
thanks,
says,
Bob.
man, you guys are damn funny. Oh, God.
Hey, we try, man.
Well, funny
If you
looking.
don't laugh,
Or
just
just funny? All right. If Roethlisberger takes one good hit, the Squealers will be lost. It's probably Ben's last year. Yeah. I mean, if you watch Ben, to me, dude, when he was throwing the ball Monday night, he wasn't letting it rip. I mean, he didn't look bad, but he wasn't letting it rip like he normally does.
Right.
And yeah, he's 30, 36, 37, something like that. Yeah, if it's hit again. If he gets injured, the Steelers are done because they got Duck and they got whatever the hell the other guy's name is as their backup quarterback. So,
like last year. Yeah.
yeah. So they're gonna be. So,
speaking of that kind of brought up to me like, where's Dunlap been the last couple of weeks? When I saw that question, it just kind of ain't seen much of Dunlap. Time for him to turn on the burners and get after Roethlisberger and whoever else we play.
right.
Yeah, Dunlap is like, I'm not sure how old he is, but he is like towards at the end of his career too.
Yeah, him and Gino both are. I mean, him and Gino, they've been great players, but they're getting toward the end. I mean, they're really the only ones that are left from our 5-year run of playoff losses. Unfortunately, let's see here. Hoping T. Higgins gets more targets next week. Yeah, me too, man. I mean, I actually liked how Joe spread the ball around. To be honest,
yeah.
I mean, last week we really didn't get the ball spread around a whole lot. And let's see, what did I say before? Yeah, I mean, we had. Let's see here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys that all caught passes. We got 22, 72. I mean, everybody caught passes. Was that Jeremy of all the jerseys?
I got news for you, you little punk. Jackson, I'll find you, pal. I'll find you.
That is love Bobby Hart. Let's see here. Trying to say who's your mom?
3 times. Who's your mama? Who's your mama? Who's your mama?
Well, I'm afraid of what I'll say if I say it wrong. All right, guys. This is Friday, and this is on my show. I normally do a Zeke of the week. Since I got my boys in here with me, I figured I'd share it with them. So I'll let you guys go first. Who wants to go? You want to take it, Jeremy? You want to take it, Mike? Who's up?
I got it first.
Go ahead, bro.
My Zeke of the week is the officiating, where Gio scored a touchdown, and they had to go back and review it, and they reversed it. So the referees are my Zeke of the week.
My question to that is, I would have liked to have seen the actual replay. You know, the replays I saw before they went to commercial, it looked like he was in. And then also they go to commercial to come back like, oh no, he's out. Like, wait, can I see it? I mean, I didn't see anything.
He was definitely in. The ball was over the line before his knees touched the ground. So that's why I was like jumping. And they said, oh, they're going to review. I was like, oh, God.
Yeah, I knew before. I could tell by how long the commercial was taking. They were figuring out what inch to put the ball on. But anyway, yeah. My Zeke of the week for sure is Cincinnati. If you play on defense, when you go to practice, you see them things called tackling dummies. Use them this week, please, because my Zeke of the week was the tackling overall. From the front to the back, from Reeder to Jesse Bates, we got to tackle, stop the big plays. That's my Zeke of the week.
That reminded me too much of last year. That's the one thing that I saw last night that reminded me of last year. Jackson, brother, have you seen my show? I am not a fan of Colin Cowhead. Nah, he's all right.
Oh, he's messing with you. He's messing with you.
I just like giving him crap. All right. So that brings it to me for my Zeke of the week. And it's the same guy we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks. And I've been talking about since, I don't know, end of last year. And his name is Bobby Hart. Brother, you are my Zeke of the week. You need to be more than a swinging gate. And that's pretty much all you've been this whole time. So we need you to step up. Step up or step out, dude. 1 or 2. All right.
Exactly.
And also, I would like to put out there real quick, if you guys have anybody that wants to join Bengals Nation group, come on in, because we will accept anybody but the other teams.
Yeah, as long as they're Bengals fans. So that brings me to the
right.
Go ahead, Jeremy. Go ahead, buddy.
I'm just going to say, I'm out of here. And as always, you don't live in Cleveland. You live in Cincinnati.
Exactly. All right, guys, that brings me to my Facebook groups that I help run along with Bengals Nation. You got Bearcats Country, Reds Country, Psychos Country, and you got mine. Follow me on all my social media platforms. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice. And like Jeremy just said, you don't live in Cleveland, you live in Cincinnati. And that's just sports, baby. See you guys. Hoo-day!
Hoo-day!
Hoo-day!